What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to Dollars to Deuces, episode number 46. This is week 16 NFL spreads and player props, a little survivor pool talk. This is a Toilets to Titles production. You just witnessed a stellar game by the Jets tonight, getting their ass kicked. I can't believe Mike White got benched, but it's that time now. I don't know if he'll start again this year. There's no way I don't think he can. I think the Jets play the Texans in 10 days. So, I assume Mike White's ribs will be healed by then. But anyways, as always, joined by the Frito Bandito himself, Mr. Rich. What's up, dude?
Dude, man, this is our Christmas edition. It's freezing cold. I mean, you're a little bit colder than I am and everything, but nice cold weather. We did get a little bit of snow. You and me are both buried this deep in work and everything, so we jumping on, making sure we get to our masses.
Tonight too, work stuff.
What's that?
So, Abe's at a work Christmas party thing, so I mean it's still work related, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man, just a lot going on in the year, Christmas, work wise, man, just year end closing inventory and all that stuff, man. Busy as all could be, man. But you know what? I'm here with my man Nate. We're gonna talk player props and pick'ems and spread'ems, man. Just what we love, football.
Yeah. It's good. Like I said, I don't know if I don't think it's supposed to get any colder tomorrow. It's like negative 35 here right now. So it'll be fun when my phone rings because somebody's power went out here. I'm sure it'll probably happen within the next couple hours. So if not, I got to be at work at 5 a.m. anyways. So as always, check the show on Twitter at Total Styles. You can find myself at Nate_Dirt19, Rich at Freedomandito_FF. You can listen to us obviously on YouTube, Podbean, Spotify, Facebook, Twitch, Apple Podcasts. If you are listening to us on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. We are just over 850 subscribers on YouTube, and we appreciate each and every one of you. And hit that subscribe or the bell as well. Sorry. So you get notified when we go live. I think I was counting up today, like 9 shows a week right now. And I know we'll be still kicking when the season's over. Tons of draft content. We're kind of getting some extra guys on the team to do some scouting and things like that. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be awesome. And yeah, right now we are donating $2 for every sub that we get between now and Sunday to St. Jude's. So, please let your friends know. I mean, heck, grab all your friends' phones and just subscribe. We would appreciate that. Break the bank for us. Patreon.com/Toilets to Titles. I forgot the number now. Somebody said the other day, like 20-some people, I think we're getting up to.
We're at 20.
And like I said, that is a huge thank you to all you people as well. It means a ton to us, that you've been along for the ride with us. And, it's been fun. It's been fun getting to know a lot of the guys too. So, and then toiletstyles.com, all our videos, articles, content, anything you need is there, as well as a nice link to Fanatics. So get yourself a good deal on some NFL merch, really any kind of merch. MLB, they got it all. And it helps us too. And we would appreciate that. I know Rich bought a bunch of stuff. I actually have a cart full of gear right now. But yeah, and just keep your eye out because we are adding like sponsors and stuff like that every day.
Yes.
So I got a bunch of emails out right now, and I know Justin does too. And Rich and them, we're really getting after it. It's kind of fun, like looking through my email like multiple times a day, like refreshing it, like okay, so. But yeah, let's get into it. Last week was
real quick, Christmas squares.
Oh yeah, glad you said that.
We got Christmas squares available, $10 a square. Hit us up, hit Coach Shep, DM him on Twitter. Hey, let's get that. The way we're doing it this year is obviously we're doing the squares per quarter, but every time the score changes, it pays out and everything. So a lot more ways to win and everything. So hit us up. We still got a few more squares to fill up. So give us a call. Give us a holler.
Yeah, when he sent those rules out, that's awesome. Every time I've ever done squares, it's always like at the end of the quarter. So
correct.
Just that many more ways to win. Cowboys Eagles should be awesome. And I would hope that it would be high scoring, so that will help out. So, but yeah, hit us up. Any of us, really, we can get you in contact with who you need to talk to. Last week was wild. The whole time. Saturday was nuts, but I was horrendous last week. 6, 9, and 1. Rich was 7-8-1. I actually changed that because when I went back through it today, one of yours was backwards that you said you missed, but you got it. So 6-7-8-1. Abe
Nice.
was 8-7-1. I am 106, 112-6 on the season. Rich is 105, 113-6, and Abe respectively 102, 116-6. So we just we put every time there's a push, we're all on it, which I guess we're just doing it like that for the rest of the time. So Thursday night, missed it. Obviously, just happened for some reason. We're used to do this on Wednesdays. That's why I just said that. We both picked the Jets earlier in the day when we were working on all our stuff. Rich also had ETN combined yardage over 87.5, and he hit that. I don't know what I just told you he had. I forgot now.
It was he had 89 rushing and 20 something, so
That's
easily hit that. And it was the Jags we picked, not the Jets.
Did I say Jets?
Yeah, you did.
Jesus.
No worries. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, so that was a dominant win. The Jaguars look good, and they looked good last weekend too.
Yes.
You know, and I think I said that on the show that I was worried about the slow start for the Cowboys. You know, like McCarthy's kind of like that's things that happen with the Packers all the time. And I'm not saying it's like his fault, but you know, whether it's those 10, 15 scripted plays that they have to begin the game, you know, if there's something they see that's different and they stick to it to I don't know what the reasoning is, but it just seems like he was kind of notorious for that in Green Bay. And that's what worried me mainly. And like I said, the Jaguars looked good tonight. You know, like I said,
they're making a strong push
all over
for the playoffs.
Yeah, they can win. They got to beat the Texans next week, and then they got the Titans. So they need to beat the Titans. But yeah, moving on to Saturday, a ton of Saturday games being at Christmas Eve, so that'll be fun. If you're sitting at home when it's colder than hell or going somewhere, hopefully they got the TV on for you. So Falcons traveling to Baltimore. Desmond Ridder, Tyler Huntley. Yeah. Ravens, 6.5 point favorites at home. I like the Falcons just for the fact the Ravens were so bad last week. I mean, they scored 3 points.
Yeah, it was not a good game at all.
I mean, I just expected it to be better. The run game was non-existent. The Browns defense is not good. I think the Falcons are, I think they're a better team than the Browns. You know, and Ritter's got a little juice, I think. And, you know, the Ravens right now, I think, are kind of lost, especially without Lamar. You know, yeah. So give me the Falcons getting the points on the road. Rich?
Yeah, I'm going the Ravens. I'm going to, even though they had a bad game last week, look, I think it was Huntley coming back from his concussion and everything, and maybe a little rusty. Heck, I don't know, man. I like to believe that, you know, they need to start warming up. If they lose this week and everything, I mean, dude, I mean, their season is just done for. I mean, then Lamar Jackson probably doesn't even come back for the rest of the season if it's that point and stuff like that. So I think they really got to really push. I mean, because they still have a chance. I mean, there's a lot of teams still in the AFC, so they still have a chance. But I like the Falcons too. Look, freaking Tyler Algier over there, freaking was a stud last week. Got him in a few playoff leagues. So with all the injuries that they have there, he's kind of like the bell cow there right now. And I'm going Ravens. I don't know why. I wanted to go the Falcons, but I just have a feeling that, look, it's at the Ravens' house. They're a little bit more dominant when they play there, but you never know what's going to happen in these games right now this time of season. This year's been so freaking crazy. You just can't really call anything right now. It's just an off season and everything. But I am picking the Ravens to go in there and be a little bit more dominant this week.
Yeah, I mean, so the Ravens are still like, I think they're like 9-5, second in their division. I mean, their record's good. They just, you know, it's just a completely different team without Lamar. I mean, that's how everybody is without the starting quarterback. I mean, Tyler Huntley runs the offense well and does well, but yeah, I can't.
It's a bounce back week for Huntley this week, I believe.
Well, we'll see. Lions traveling to Carolina. Panthers are getting 2.5 points at home. I don't know what to think. The Panthers have looked pretty good, but still the Lions. I like the Lions on the road. You know, there's pushing for the playoffs. I mean, my Packers need some help from them, but I think we're going to get some help in another way this week. So, yeah, I like the Lions on the road, and I like DeAndre Swift over 60.5 combined yards. I looked earlier and like his rushing total was like 38 yards or something. And so it's like, which seems, I know him and Jamal Williams shared a lot, but I think receiving wise, he'll almost do more anyways. But yeah, I like that.
You know what's weird about it is every time I'm watching the games and I see the Lions, I always see Jamal Williams in there and stuff,
He plays so much.
You see him so much, and I don't see DeAndre Swift, but it seems like every week he puts up a good production and stuff like that for the amount that he gets in there. Limited touches, but it's high volume touches and everything. So I do like that call on Swift. Look, they both get it done in the receiving and running game. They're both stellar running backs for this team. But what's funny about it is the Lions, they've been winning some games, but they're all real close games, always coming down to the end and everything. And I like the Panthers defense. Their defense is look, they're not killer defense. They're not a killer defense, good. But they get the job done and stuff like that, and they step up when they need to. Look, last week, Deontay Foreman, horrible game. I mean, didn't get much from him at all and everything. Really cost me in a couple of my fantasy leagues. Yeah,
you beat me in the Toilet Titles playoff league because Deontay Foreman got me 0 points.
Yeah, I had him in one league and he got me -1 point.
Yeah, negative something. Yeah.
But I look, him and Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard was pretty heavily involved last week, and hopefully Foreman is more involved this week. And they control the game through running and everything. Sam Darnold's looked decent and everything for coming back and everything, but it's going to be a close game and everything. Panthers defense is what's going to keep the Lions down a little bit, so I like this game, and I like the Panthers to cover it at home.
Yeah, home dogs. It's hard to bet against them. Another Saturday one that'll be good. Bills traveling to Chicago. Chicago getting us with the goddamn backdoor cover last weekend. Jalen Hurts played like shit, and they still came out on top. The Bears, I don't need to keep beating that drum. I like the Bills. I know that last week we thought that they would, throttle the Dolphins. I also thought the weather was going to be different. Like it was shitty and snowy the fourth quarter, but it really wasn't that bad the rest of the time. Just a little cold, So what I thought was going to happen didn't, which is whatever. But a couple props. I like Josh Allen to throw over 1.5 touchdowns. To be over 222.5 yards. That didn't seem like a very high total. I know maybe they're thinking that they'll just kind of be up and just run the ball to, keep the ball off or out of Fields' hands.
And I'm assuming that's passing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 222.5. Yeah. And 1.5 passing touchdowns. I'm just going to keep calling him Jim Cook, but I know it's James, but it's fine. Over 28.5 rushing yards and over 11.5 receiving yards. When I looked, they didn't have like a combined. Every week. What?
He's getting more touches every week.
Oh yeah, they didn't have like a combined one, so heck, you can make a parlay out of it if you want. But I just think the Bills handle the Bears pretty easily. I don't think the Bears are any good. And I know people think the Fields is this best there is, but like he doesn't have anybody to help him. He's not Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was not that had a tough go of things too. But he has a better coaching staff and better weapons around him. So
yeah. So what's interesting? The reason why I was calling out that 222 passing yards because just being passing alone to me that's a low number. I like that. I like that very much. But it goes back to last week when I did the combined yardage for Allen and it was 284, and I'm like, dude, that is hella low, even for combined yardage because he ended up passing for over 300. And he ran for like 77 yards last week and everything. I mean, dude, that's just crazy, and especially against the Bears. I get it's at Bears, but still ain't no different from being at the Bills. I mean, it's cold weather, just that same place and everything. So it's in his same kind of playing atmosphere he's always used to. So I do like that a lot. I picked the Bills too, but it does kind of worry me due to the fact that we thought the Bears were going to get blown out last week, and they end up backdoor covering. And let me rephrase this: not the Bears. Freaking Fields end up covering because he's what's keeping them in this game and everything. And it's hard to say that after the beginning of the season and last year how bad he was. But dude is turned it completely around. Is MVP caliber for a losing team.
I'm trying to look and see what the weather's going to be like on Saturday. Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
nice up there on
Did you
Saturday.
call out the other player prop that you had over there in that little corner over 11.5 receiving yards?
Yeah, I said it was Jimmy Cook
Okay.
over 28.5 rushing and 11.5 receiving.
Yeah, I just saw that at the corner of my eye.
It's supposed to be 12 degrees is the high on Saturday with 20 to 30 mile an hour sustained winds.
Oh, see, that's Buffalo weather. He'll be used
Yeah,
to it.
yeah, it's a heat wave coming through town. Saturday as well. Like I said, I don't want to keep saying that. There's a shit ton of Saturday games. Saints traveling to Cleveland. Browns favored by 2.5 at home. I kind of looked back and forth here, but I mean, this I think, and the coach said it 2 nights ago. Like this. Hopefully, it's a big Kamara game. I mean, he's had one good game this year. This has got to be the game. I mean, Browns defense is not good. And they're going to have to score to keep up with them. I think Nick Chubb obviously has a big game, like I say every week. But that Saints defense isn't what it was. And I think Watson just, getting a little more comfortable. His passing total is still, I don't know, were you at 154? I think I saw it lower than that.
That's what I was reading last night.
I'll look right now. But yeah, I like Nick Chubb over 74.5 rushing yards, and I like Chubb to score. So
yeah, so correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't the Browns and Watson undefeated since he came back?
Are they?
I want to believe though, 3-0. It ain't pretty. I mean, the first one, the defense won it for
I'll
them.
change it.
What's that?
It went down.
Oh, it did go down?
Yeah.
What did it go down to?
147.5.
Damn. Well, I'll take that even. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Although last week I think he only threw for 125 yards. So this is, like I said, the week before I think he pushed close to 200. But man, this is third or fourth week back. You got to think he's getting a little bit more chemistry.
No, he's 2-1.
Who they lose to?
Bengals.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're
We're
right.
not
You're
2-1. He's
yeah,
1-1. Sorry.
all right, but yeah, I mean, I like to think Watson is just every week and steadily improving.
Yeah.
Look, Amari Cooper has been a factor too. He wasn't 100% healthy last week. Cost me in a couple of leagues too with him even. But I do like him.
He's not
over
going to. I don't like Amari this weekend. I'd rather if I'm going to bet on a guy, it's going to be Donovan Peoples-Jones, or even David Bell, whatever his yardage is, it's probably low. Nick Chubb. Amari Cooper doesn't like the cold weather.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're 100%. So why did he go to freaking Cleveland?
Money.
Yeah, well, he's getting money not to play in cold weather. So, but I get what you're saying. Donovan Peoples-Jones is a great option too, and stuff like that. But he's been steadily producing everything. I need Amari to step up. I need him to step up in a big way and everything, because the better he gets, the better Watson gets. Hopefully the tight ends can step up too. They've been kind of quiet, but I do like Watson over 147.5, and obviously I'm picking the Browns over the Saints. The Saints just ain't got nothing going on right now, man. It's hard. It's a hard thing. The only thing going good for them right now is Johnson, their tight end. That dude has been killing it.
Yeah. Seahawks traveling to Kansas City. Kansas City favored by 10 at home. They didn't cover last week. They almost got beat by the Texans. Texans look good. They've been very competitive lately somehow. I thought I should have known. I said it on the show. The Chiefs don't cover, which is why I'm picking the Seahawks, getting 10 points on the road. I think the Chiefs win, but I think the Seahawks cover the 10. And I need the Seahawks to lose. That helps the Packers. But I like Mahomes over 298.5. He throws over it's like he just averages over 300 yards a game.
Yeah.
And I think the Seahawks can score. And I think they can move the ball okay. I think Kenneth Walker probably has a big game because Pete Carroll knows how to beat good teams. Keep them off the field. So the more that Kenny Walker runs the ball, I didn't look at what his total was. I should have. I think it was like 80 something. Probably would have been another one I like too. But give me the Seahawks getting points on the road.
Yeah, so I just changed midstream and everything because just like what you said, Chiefs do not. And I hear you say this every week, but I don't listen because it seems like when it comes to the Chiefs, I just pick them because they're the Chiefs. I don't care even what the spread is. But you've hit it on the nail every freaking single week. And I wasn't listening again yesterday when I was initially picking, but that little saying got into my ear this time, and so I am going Seahawks because if you can't cover against the Texans, what makes you think that they're going to cover against Seahawks? Seahawks defense is pretty decent.
Yeah.
It'll probably be another game where Seahawks are leading the game and freaking Chiefs come back last minute, go into overtime and win the game. I am hoping. You know what? I'm hoping Seahawks lose just for you for the Green Bay to still have a chance and everything. So I also got a player prop in this game. Pacheco, I'm going under 68.5 rushing yards. Um, dude, I know he's looked good and stuff like that, but you know who else looks good there? McKinnon.
I was picked his total. I almost put it down for a player prop, but I'm like, God damn, I got like 20 props out here. I'm like, oh, I don't need to write this one down. But yeah, I don't. It was a good total. I don't know whatever it was. I liked it. It was low.
I said it. I don't know if it was last year or the year before when they picked him up. I said that he was the perfect running back for this team. He, I don't look. I get they're probably not using him as much because of his injury past and everything, and that's great because another running back that high efficient when he gets the touches. Dude is producing every time he touches the ball, running or receiving and everything. So I like to think going into the playoffs and all that stuff. They're going to lean heavily more on McKinnon being in high pressure games and everything. So Pacheco's still going to get his touches, but I think McKinnon's going to out touch him for the rest of the season going in the playoffs. Hence the reason why I'm saying Pacheco under 68.5 rushing yards.
Yeah, and I don't know what Pacheco's like receiving total is. I can see that being something maybe. I'm with you. I think that McKinnon's going to kind of start to take over a little bit. Or at least almost give if they have almost an even total or even touches. Kind of keep fresh legs for the playoffs. Andy Reid's smart. He knows what they need. And running backs are it. So, Giants, Vikings. Vikings 4.5 point favorites at home. I don't know. Go ahead. I'll let you go first. Actually, I don't. Just go ahead.
So look, I know where you're going. Look, it's like you don't know what to expect from the Vikings. They're one of the teams that, I get it. They got a good record and everything, but they barely cover their games. I mean, their defense is horrible. Their defense gives up points left and right and stuff. Hence the reason why
their defense is bad. And I said that at the start of the year that it's not that easy to go from a 4-3 to a 3-4 when you're just like, okay, it works. Like it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, and look, man, it's hard to maybe it's good this way for fantasy reasons and stuff like that for the offense. That's the reason why Jefferson, freaking Cook, Cousins, they have their games and everything that it just freaking stellar performances and everything, especially Jefferson. But look, Giants, they have a lot to fight for, man. They won last week with the against the Commanders and everything, and look, they're in the mix for the playoffs. I just like their drive a little bit more. They're a little bit more grindy. Daniel Jones, Barkley. I know Barkley's been playing hurt and everything, but I like them covering. And I had to take this before. Oh, you did take it, didn't you? I had to get this before you got it in there. Jones over 35.5 rushing yards.
It went down. It's 33.5 now. It went down today.
Okay. Well, I got to change that. I got to edit that.
Give me the Giants. Kevin O'Connell has to be one of the luckiest coaches in the fucking league. Hey, you're down 33-0 and you come back. Don't act like it was your team's that fucking good. Like, God damn it. It's so stupid. That luck runs out. I don't know if it's going to be this week, next week, but I don't know. I'm not a believer. I haven't been a believer. I've said they're a good team. I don't think they're a great team. And you can call me a hater because I'm a Packers fan. I'm just trying to be realistic, to be honest with you. I don't know that, if the Giants somehow were to get up by 20, that the Vikings would just be like, yep, let's do it again. Like, that's not real life. So unless he's got more than one horseshoe up his ass, I don't know how that happens again. So I'm taking the Giants, getting the points on the road. They looked good last weekend. I think, that these teams, I kind of had said earlier in the year, they were kind of both like, everything was going right about, they're getting the right bounce here and there. The Giants kind of faltered a little bit, but they looked good last weekend. I just think for things to continue, the Giants are obviously excited. They clinched the division last weekend. Big fucking deal. The NFC North stinks this year. But yeah, give me the Giants for Joe. Bengals, Patriots. I don't know how this is only 3. the Patriots getting 3 points at home. That offense looks so bad. They looked terrible last weekend against your Raiders. That game was extremely I don't know what the hell they were doing. Like, kneel the ball.
I don't know what the hell either of the teams were damn doing.
I like kneel it out. Like, it's tied. It's not like the game's over. Like, you're gonna go into overtime. Anyways, we didn't talk about that. Like, that shit. Chandler Jones spiking Mac Jones into the turf was hilarious. That Patriots offense, and I don't know if it's Joe Judge and Matt Patricia, but those guys cannot call a football game. It is terrible.
They're not offensive coordinators. They're defensive coordinators calling plays and stuff like that. Hence the reason why their defense is stellar, but the freaking offense just.
Well, their defense is good because Bill.
Okay, I'll give you that and everything, but their offense ain't good because of the other two.
It's so bad. It's just like I don't know. I don't know how it can be so bad. I mean, it was decent last year under Josh McDaniels, and now, god damn, dude, it's laughable. They shouldn't be that bad. But giving the Bengals -3 on the road, whether he takes, I don't know. I don't know who they'll stop, but they can stop Jamar Chase. That's fine. T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd will be there. Joe Mixon. So give me the Bengals -3. Rich.
Yeah, look, because of it, Patriots having the home game. This is probably should have been -6, -7 spread and everything, but because the Pats they're getting 3 points because of being a home game and everything. Yeah. So, look, I'm taking the Bengals. If it was -6 for the Bengals, I would take it, even being at the Patriots home and everything. So I'm going to call this an alternate spread, spread, and I'm going with the Bengals -3. Look, Bengals look good, man. I mean, they're getting healthy. I think Hayden Hurst is the only player that really ain't back and healthy and everything, but their defense is looking better. The offense with everybody coming back, they look stellar. Chase is killing it, man.
Yeah, it's wild how good he is.
Yeah. But yeah, look, Bengals -3. I'm not going to comment on the Patriots because we could talk a little bit later on when we're talking about the Raiders. Next game that we're going to talk about is Texans at the Titans -3. Dude, freaking Tannehill's probably done for the season. Malik Willis is back, so it's an easy pick for me with the Texans. Especially after playing with the Chiefs last week and everything. Titans don't. They got Derrick Henry, but they ain't got nobody else with Malik Willis in the backfield. Freaking the receivers ain't gonna get much. It's gonna be an all Derrick Henry kind of game. So, dude, it's easy to pick the Texans on this at +3.
Yeah, and it's the only reason I struggled because I was like, well, they're gonna give the ball to Derrick Henry a lot. That's what they do regardless of who they play. I think in his 11 career games against the Texans, he has 1,254 yards and 11 touchdowns. The last four games, right? The last 4 games, he's ran the ball for, I'm trying to add how many times it was. 120. He's ran the ball 120 times the last 4 games for 892 yards, and 9 touchdowns. That's he's going to get the ball 30 times, probably at least, if not more. That's almost 900 yards in 4 games against one team. That's wild. So I like his over. They didn't have it out yet. If it was 225 yards, I'd probably take the over.
It'll probably settle in about 87 yards around there.
That's fine. But I'm picking the Texans because they've looked good, and I don't think Malik Willis, he's not ready.
No.
Traylon Burks has looked good.
He ain't gonna look good for this week.
No. So yeah, we don't need to talk more. Texans. Commandos traveling to the Bay. 49ers, 7-point favorites at home. I want to know why you picked this way. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know either. Maybe Look, I was feeling this in last minute last night, trying to get a hold of you guys, and
Yeah, I was
I felt
passed
like
out.
I was getting ghosted and everything. I was like, dude, maybe this is when I wasn't paying attention when I was doing, but look, I'm gonna stick with it just because of the fact. Look, no, I'm changing midstream. 49ers.
Dude,
I don't know why I did the command. I don't know why I freaking did them. Maybe because they still have a chance and they're going to be fighting. I could see this being a kind of a trap game for the.
I need them to lose too. So
What's that?
I need them to lose too.
49ers?
Yeah. No, the Commandos.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, look, I'm changing it. I'm going 49ers. Look, freaking Brock Purdy and stuff with the rest of this offense. I don't think Debo's playing. I still think he's probably going to be out. But Kittle's look good. Ayuk,
Yeah.
you would think with
Ayuk's dog.
Debo being out, he would be elevated, but he hasn't been performing either and everything. It's more. This has been all CMC, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you? And then
I
there's some
agree.
other dude had a big run last week too, and I forgot who it was.
Mason?
Yeah. Jordan Mason, is that right?
I like him. Yeah, he's a rookie from this year. And if CMC, if they didn't pick up CMC, he would have been the lead back right now with all the injuries they have to the running backs. Yeah, look, I changed my pick to 49ers. I have a player prop of CMC over 77.5 rushing yards. And yeah, I don't know why I didn't pick them in the first place. Their freaking defense is freaking killer.
Dude, so good.
Yeah,
so
they are and stuff like that. I don't know what I was thinking initially when I was doing this. So thanks for calling that out for me.
It's okay. I like the 49ers as well. Like he said, their defense is just too good. You know, I don't know. We'll see what Heineke does. I know he'll throw it a little bit. I think they're too good. And I don't know if Chase Young plays or not. Then I don't think it really matters, to be honest. Couple props I like. Jahan Dotson over 27.5 receiving yards. He had 105 last week in a touchdown. 2 weeks ago, before their bye, he had 54. His targets are up. I think he's got he got 9 catches over the last 2 games. I don't remember how many targets he has over the last 2 games, but they are up as well. He's kind of turning into the number 2 guy. You know, with Curtis Samuel being the slot guy, obviously. And then I like TMC. That's what I'm going to start calling him now. I decided that earlier today. Terry McLaurin, over 57.5 yards. He's obviously the face of the franchise. He's the number 1 guy. Just got selected to the Pro Bowl. You know, Heineke looks for him, rightly so. He got fucked last weekend on that call where they got through the flag saying, you know, legal formation. He checked twice with that ref. You know,
I know that I heard about it, but didn't see it until when I actually saw it. I'm like, dude, looked at him twice, and the ref was like, yeah, you're good. And then you throw the flag like that. That's freaking like.
And then the next play, he literally has his arms wrapped around the dude. That's whatever. Is what it is. Anyways, I still like Niners, but I like those props for sure. Another Saturday good one here. Eagles, Cowboys. Going to be a little different because Jalen Hurts is out.
Gosh, it's freaking killing me in one league too, man. I was like, dude, if freaking made to the semifinals and freaking he gets hurt, and I'm like,
I'm starting Gardner Minshew in a dynasty league that I have him.
So I was hoping I could get him, but no.
Yeah, in the league I traded for Lamar Jackson like 2 weeks before the playoffs, and he's hurt now, and I'm out of the playoffs. But we have like a toilet bowl where if you win it, you get the 113. And so I'm starting Gardner Minshew, you know. But I'm worried again about the slow start for the Cowboys. The Eagles defense is very good. You know, Minshew's not a bad quarterback. I mean, I think he could start for a handful of teams right now. He can sling it, man. And that's what he does. You know, I think that the running back, I know they're going to run the football because that's what they do, but I think that they will, you know, whether he checks out of it or not, I think he'll sling the rock around. I like him over 221.5 passing yards. I like A.J. Brown over 65.5 yards and Devonta Smith over 50.5 yards. Also, Cowboys defense, I think Leighton Vander Esch, neck issue, hurt. You know, it just seems like they're kind of like getting banged up the more we go. Yeah. And not leaning on Zeke and Pollard like they should. They're the 2 best guys on the team. Besides Micah Parsons. I mean, hell, make him your running back 3 if you want. He'd probably be just fine. But I'm kind of worried about the way the Cowboys were. And last weekend was not good. So give me the Eagles getting the points on the road.
Yeah, I am taking the Cowboys, and this is after this week on this game. All everybody's going to be talking about is defensive player of the year and how this gentleman Michael Parsons is going to dominate this game. I think he takes his team on his back and pretty much does it. Look, Cowboys are going to be fighting to make the playoffs and everything. Look, Eagles are pretty much. You could say they're pretty much. I don't want to say clinch, but they pretty much have clinched this division with the
No, it's over.
Cowboys. What's that?
I thought it was over. I thought they already clinched their division.
I think so.
They're like
12.
Yeah,
You're right. They did.
13-1.
But Cowboys still have to fight to make the playoffs with the Giants and a couple of other players, other teams and everything. But I think this game's going to be all about Parsons. Hopefully, the Cowboys lean on Zeke and Pollard, and it's going to be about those three players right there. And I think they cover it. That's Cowboys and everything. Being at the Cowboys, great weather, being in dome and everything like that is a benefit for the Eagles with Minshew and everything because he's used to that kind of weather coming from Jaguars not being in cold weather. So this benefits for him and stuff like that. I hope he does good, but I think Parsons is going to carry this team on his back this week, man.
I just hope he rolls up in some sweet jorts.
I'm doing it for the coach, Coach Sheps.
That's right. Saturday Night Football. Raiders traveling to Pittsburgh. Steelers favored by 2.5 at home, which is surprising. I guess they're kind of winning some games here lately.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I took the Steelers just because their defense is so good. Raiders defense has been not so good. Last weekend they've had some, like, it's weird. They've had some shining spots where they do well, and then other times you're like, what the fuck's going on? And that's both sides of the ball, in my opinion. I watch the games not as closely as you. I try to. Mainly because I like watching Devontae. But it's really weird sometimes. Like some weeks they look great. I think they're playing hard for McDaniels, but then there's times where it's like, what is going on? And then they got the big win last week that, again, I don't know what was going on with that happened. But, I want to say go Raiders, but I picked the Steelers because I don't even know, is Kenny Pickett starting? I don't even starting. But him and George Pickens got a good thing going. So is Mitch Trubisky and him. And Najee Harris, I think hopefully they stick with the run, and I think that'll help them. But I like the Steelers at home.
Yeah, look, there's no question. It's a great pick for you and stuff like that. Look, it's my Raiders and stuff like that. I'm always, but this is what worries me. We're going cross country to Pittsburgh, cold weather. Yeah, you could say we don't play good in cold weather. We're also going across country. We always have horrible games and everything. But the Raiders, man, every game they start out first half it's like they come out all clicking on all cylinders, and then second half, it was going that way last week. I mean, we 14 points, and all of a sudden coming back, I'm over here sitting in the freaking living room, my head down, saying, I can't believe we're freaking gonna go into damn overtime, which bodes well for the Raiders when it comes to overtime because this year, I mean, Raiders I think are like 12-2 or 12-3 when it comes to overtime games and stuff like that. And we walked off the last 2 overtime games. So not that I hate going in overtime, but it was just the fact that we're going into overtime again after a big lead. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching this play develop, last play of the game. And I'm like, just get him down. And all of a sudden, see the pass.
I thought Ramondre was gonna score. When I saw that at first, I'm like, dude, he's gonna score.
I was like, get him down, man. Let's just go into overtime. And then you see the ball go, and then I saw that pass. And I'm like, what? Yeah. And then just like you said, that stiff arm. It was like freaking Mac Jones. What the hell? I mean, make an attempt. But I'm glad he did it.
If you watch it, like he's like Mac Jones is like, get down. And I guess Jacoby Myers, who took the blame for it, said, I thought he said throw it to him. Like, what the fuck was he gonna do with the ball? He's like, he's like gonna outrun anybody.
No. Look, I give all the props in the world freaking to Jacoby for taking the blame for it, taking this all on his shoulders.
It's
And
not his
everything.
fault. It's dumbass Matt Patricia and Joe Judge should have been taking the blame for it.
What? Yeah. But I'm glad, man. I was freaking jumping
Oh yeah,
around, freaking excited and stuff
oh yeah.
like that. I was like, and what's funny about it is every time you see a game like this and stuff like that, it's like the next day. I want to listen to what all the media is saying and everything and stuff. But look, if it turned out into our favor, look, I hope it turns out in our favor this week. Look, Steelers defense is no joke. I am worried for Carr and everything. Our offensive line we had an injury last week and everything, so I am worried about it a little bit. But look, these are the games we got to win. I mean, Waller's back. He scored a touchdown last week. I need
back.
Renfro to get more involved in everything. So look, right now is the time of the season where we got all our players back on the offense at least. Let's see what we could do, and this is going to be a good test for us. And yeah, look, Steelers deserve to be favored and everything. But my Raiders are going to pull it out. They're going to pull it out.
Do you think I should be? There's a couple player props I like for defense. Alex Highsmith over 3/4 of a sack. TJ Watt over 3/4 of a sack. And Cam Hayward, all of them over three.
I would take every single
one. Man, sacks or what?
Look, I would take it. And I'm a Raiders fan, but I would take it.
All right. Christmas Day. The first game out the gate, Packers traveling to Miami. Dolphins favored by 3.5 at home. I'm taking the Dolphins. I know Packers beat the Rams last weekend. They covered, actually.
Hell yeah, they did.
They could have put them away by more. I mean, they still did well. Baker. Anyways, we'll talk about the next. I don't know. I'm just curious to see if the Dolphins run the football a lot. I don't know if we have a chance. And I think that this is like an Andy Reid thing almost, but that I always used to think that he got bored running the ball and was like, hey, let's throw it. And I mean, they can win the game. They can win with just throwing the ball over and over again. I don't think the Dolphins can. I know Tua is good over the middle, very accurate, but like I said, I think the Dolphins win if they run the ball. But Packers got to win out to have a chance. So I know they're going to go give them hell, but Aaron usually doesn't play that well in Florida, which worries me. But maybe we'll keep it close. I hope we keep it close. But I like the Dolphins by 3.5 at home. I could see this moving a little bit. Maybe I hope it does.
Mm-hmm.
If it moved down to 3, we'll see if I'd swap, but probably not. I like Aaron Jones over 54.5 rushing yards. AJ Dillon, I haven't seen if he's playing or not. They said he had a concussion last week. Patrick Taylor actually ran pretty hard, looked pretty good, but I think Aaron Jones needs to be more involved than he has been. So that's where I'm at. Rich,
I'm going Packers for you and Abe, man. They're fighting for it. They're fighting for it, man. As long as they're fighting for it, they have a chance. I need them to beat the Dolphins to give the Raiders a better chance at making the playoffs. There's a lot of teams I need to lose. I think if the Dolphins lose at least one of their games, it boosted the Raiders' chances. So, yeah, I'm going Packers, baby.
I like that. But Saturday afternoon, Bucks, Cardinals. No, sorry, that's Sunday night. I looked at the wrong one. Broncos, Rams.
There you go.
This is good. This is a hell of a Christmas present for everybody. I don't know who's starting for the Rams, the quarterback. Or I do. No, yeah, of course I do. I was thinking it was not Mayfield. Anyways, yeah. Rams getting 2.5 points at home. Broncos going for their first back-to-back wins since week 2.
Yep. And Russell I should have went my damn AFC West parlay last week.
Yeah. Russ Wilson's back, serving up shit sandwiches. I'm saying let's ride with the Broncos just because watching Baker last weekend, and I mean the Broncos defense is very good. It's been good all year. It just seems like he doesn't. Maybe he's been there for 12 days now or something. But it's like one read, maybe second read, gone. Get rid of the ball or whatever. The offensive line's not good there. That kind of worries me, especially with a good defense. I think that everybody on the Broncos side of the ball is gonna, defensive wise, is gonna have a good game. But yeah, I like the Broncos. Getting back-to-back wins for the first time in a while. So,
Yep, I am taking it too. It's like, look, Baker. Even when he started with the Panthers, he started out good and everything. But it's like once he gets the playbook down and stuff like that, and starts to think about too, that's when he starts making mistakes and everything. And it's kind of what happened last week and everything. And I don't see it changing this week against the Rams. Yeah, I'm taking the Broncos, man.
yep. Sunday night football, Christmas night, Bucks, Cardinals. Another. I don't know. We thought this would be a little bit better of a game, I think, when we looked at it early in the year. Cardinals getting 7.5 points at home. I think we've said it before. They've only won like 2 home games this year. I don't know. Is Trace McSorley? That's right. Penn State kid.
Yep.
He's the starter. They might probably play better. Hell, I don't know. It's Keontae Ingram. Hopefully does a little better. It's kind of weird. I wish they'd give him the ball more. I know the Bucks look like shit, but I don't think Tom – I guess maybe the 7.5 is a lot, I guess, for the Bucks, but I just they are better than the Cardinals. As as poor as they've played and as bad as their line is, like you got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and Tom Brady. Leonard Fournette, Rachaad White looks great. They got some studs on defense too. It's just weird that something's going on down there why they're not putting things together. But I like the Bucks on the road just because, like I said, I don't think that the Cardinals stink at home.
Yeah, this kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier at Panthers plus 2.5 instead, or I can't remember which one we were talking about. Where the only reason why they're the home game, it should have probably been a minus and stuff like that. And this kind of blows me away that the Bucks are getting minus 7.5. Look, I get it. You ain't got Murray and everything, but you still got everybody else. And if you're a QB playing in NFL, look, you're at least decent and stuff, and you're going to play at home. I like the Cardinals to cover at home at 7.5. Maybe if it was 3, I'd go the other way, but 7.5, it just seems too good to be true for a home team and everything. So they're going to run the ball. They're going to run the hell out of the ball. The Bucks defense hasn't been all that great, like they normally have been and everything. So, and just the Bucks offense just can't get nothing going. And I don't know what's going on and stuff like offensive line. I get it. Injuries and everything, but you got some stud receivers. You got a quarterback that knows how to play the game and everything and proved it for how many years. But yeah, look, I'm taking Cardinals at 7.5, plus 7.5. So they'll cover.
Monday Night Football. I know now why you're picking the team you picked. Chargers going to Indy. Colts getting 5 points at home. I like the Chargers. They barely beat one last weekend, but Justin Herbert's awesome. That team's too good. The coach is a dumbass, so that's kind of the problem. But Jeff Saturday's not the smartest coach sometimes. I mean, they just got the worst shit ever last weekend to happen. But Big Dick Nick getting the start.
Hell yeah.
Maybe I also have him on my bench in that league where I'm starting Gardner. Maybe I ought to bench Joe Burrow and start Big Dick Nick and Gardner Minshew. That'd probably give me a better shot. So
I don't understand why they didn't go. I don't understand why they went back to Matt Ryan instead of going to Nick Foles the last time when they brought him back. Yeah, come on, man, Big Nick Dick, man, come on. I'm taking that plus 5.
All right. Long shots. Mine is very long. We'll see. I like Stephon Diggs, Travis Kelce, Jamar Chase, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, and Nick Chubb all to score. It's like plus 3,600. So why not?
Yeah, that's a long shot, man. Maybe I should have went a little bit more tougher and find one. I went with the weekly special of Allen and Fields combined rushing yards for 150. That ain't no long shot. That's an easy win right there.
Hey,
I just want to get a long shot bet.
Nothing wrong with that.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
Hell yeah. Confidence pool. Last week, I sucked. So did Abe. We both only got 1 point last week. You got 3 points. Good week for you.
Nice.
Catching back up. This week, I like the Lions -3, Seahawks +10, Giants +4.5, Bengals -3, and the 49ers -7.
And I like Jags +1.5, Bills -8.5, Browns -2.5, Bengals -3, and Texans +3.
Hell, you already got 1 point on the board.
Oh, hell yeah. Didn't even think about that.
Oh, yeah.
ring them up.
That's right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Merry Christmas, everybody. We hope you have fun. Be safe out there. If you're anywhere like where Rich and I is, it is nasty out. Don't go outside unless you have to. You got anything else for him, Rich?
Nope. 100. Keep it safe out there with the weather. And let's win some money. I want to win some money for Christmas. And to everybody, Merry Christmas. We'll see you after Christmas. Going into getting ready for the New Year's, man. Let's get hyped about it.
Hell yeah, it'll be fun. Keep staying positive and testing negative, and we'll see you after Christmas.